Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com and Parkhopper John from WDW Parkhoppers.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John. I come to you from WDWParkhoppers.com. And joining me, as always, is the lovely and talented host with the most, Mr. Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com. How you doing tonight, pal?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I am good. We spent a couple days testing out our new stuff. If you were part of the Patreon family, You got to see some really quality video and audio.
Of nothing.
Well, a little bit of nothing going on, but you know, we're testing out stuff, and that's important. Trying to up our game here, and so yeah, it's been a
apparently to bring you audio and video simultaneously. It's a challenge.
It's
without buying a television studio.
Without buying a TriCaster.
A TriCaster for $3,000.
It is certainly not for the faint of heart, boys and girls. I can guarantee you that. So,
I mean, if somebody wants to buy us a TriCaster, I'm not going to say no.
Well, I'm not going to turn a TriCaster down either the other week. Although I had some harrowing experiences with the TriCaster back when I was doing the AV stuff. I was working for. I wound up doing some work for the New York Times.
Yes.
Oh, those are harrowing experiences, my friends.
Wasn't that oopsie daisy?
Yeah, I had a couple of oopsie daisies.
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah, I had several oopsie daisies, as a matter of fact.
But did I cut the feet? Oopsie daisy.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't agree with your politics. I'm sorry. So anyway, so those were the days. We've got our regular. You want to go through our regular lineup of info? One of the things that we didn't talk about ahead of time is I'd really like to talk a lot about going to the Polite Pig. Is that on the list?
We can talk about that.
We need to talk about the Polite Pig.
We can talk about a pig.
So yeah, let's go ahead and go through everything, and then we'll talk about the Polite Pig.
Sure.
And then we'll get into the news.
All right. So June 24th, we are going to the Carolwood Room at the Wilderness Lodge, and there will be Disney historian Jim Korkis. You may know him from his gazillion books that he's published.
Tell me about it.
He also publishes for Disney Files, the DVC magazine. And we're going to meet up there, and he's going to give us a little chit-chat about Walt Disney and his trains, because it says the video call ended.
Well, that's still going. Your camera just died.
He's going to give us a little chit-chat about Walt and his trains, because there are train artifacts there. So we're going to do that. I have to set up the Facebook event, and I promise I will do that this week and get that done. The second event we have is in September, which is pretty far out, so you can make your plans now. We are getting a Granville room at Bay Lake Tower.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to have a little casual get-together that afternoon, which is Saturday, September 2nd. There's some tickets that you can get from Eventbrite, or go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And there you can, it'll say get tickets, and it'll take you out to the Eventbrite, and you can get some tickets. It's a very small fee, and the only reason we're asking the fee is just to help cover all the food and drinks that we hopefully plan on getting.
Right, absolutely.
On to the next stuff. Amazon Echo and Dot, and I bet even Google Home now
probably
would. If you're at home and you want to listen to the podcast, you don't have to take out your phone or your iPad or your Amazon Fire. You can listen to us on your Amazon Echo. Just say, play the Disney Parks podcast, and boom, it will be playing.
Yep.
Next thing is go to Disney by the Numbers. We have a monthly T-shirt club, and this is not a subscription. This is not a blind box. We just don't willy-nilly send you stuff. Each month on or around the first of the month, we put out a shirt, and you buy only the shirts that you want. The shirts that you don't want, we don't send to you. Go to DisneyByTheNumbers.com. On the left-hand side, sign up for the shirt club. And John's got a book.
Yep. The Disney Bucket List, 100 Ways to Enjoy and Discover Even More Magic of the Magic Kingdom. And Tony's got a book called
Disney by the Numbers.
And you can find out all the facts and figures from Walt Disney World and the parks and the resorts, all sorts of facts and figures there. Tony has kept all that for a long time. His book is wonderful, and you should definitely get a copy of that, get a copy of my book, and your Disney library will be complete.
Or semi-complete.
Yeah, that's right.
As complete as it can be.
So there's that. And we want to make sure that you rate us and review us over on iTunes or Google Play or whatever you're using to catch the podcast. Please make sure that you rate us, give us some likes, give us some stars, whatever it is that you're doing, so that we can kind of get pushed up into the rankings a little bit. That helps us out a lot. And finally, lastly but not leastly, if you wouldn't mind, if you have a comment, a question, maybe you'd like to share a cool Disney story with us. Maybe you just have some things you'd like to get off your chest. That's okay. We can listen. Call our hotline, which is 407-413-9010. So let's talk about the polite pig.
Okay, let's talk about the polite pig.
Oh my goodness. So if you don't know anything about Polite Pig, it's a family that owns some restaurants up in Orlando called the Ravenous Pig or Cask and Larder. Those are the two main restaurants. And they've partnered with Disney to create the Polite Pig, and they've opened it up here in Disney Springs. Now they're offering Cask and Larder beer, plus a bunch of different other beers from around, local beers, some good stuff. And their food menu, it's not a come in, sit down, dine.
Right. You
go order it in a line and it gets brought to you.
Right.
So that's one deviation from. Right. And they don't quite yet have a full open bar.
Right.
So that's kind of a problem. But they're working on it as they get more used to the space, or as they get more comfortable. They said they're probably going to go ahead and open it up. What they have right now is they basically have, certain cocktails on tap, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, Coke and rum and pink lemonade.
Pink lemonade and vodka lemonade and this, that, and the other. They have like 10 or so on tap. They also have cold brew coffee, which I did not try. Ooh. Which I really wanted to, but I was really enjoying the beer. So that's kind of the overview. What are your thoughts? What did you have, and what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I had the chicken salad sandwich.
Right.
And I had a side of Brussels sprouts. It was good, but I miss the menu items from the full restaurants.
Absolutely. Yeah, I did too.
Because it was a very small menu. There was like maybe 5 sandwich items and then 3 or 4, I would call them entrees.
Right.
And then there was about 7 sides. The sides, I think, are pretty much the same with the full-on restaurant that we went to.
Yeah.
But I think the entrees and the sandwiches, I'm missing, the stuff from the full-on restaurant.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like a glorified minimal amount of barbecue, because that's what they're really known for. So they had, like a
pulled pork sandwich,
pulled pork, brisket,
yep,
ribs, chicken, some couple types of fish.
Right.
You had the chicken salad, and then they had sandwich permutations like regular barbecue choice.
Right.
But the sides, man, were incredible. They had a mac and cheese, which is amazing. Yeah. They had. I
had the. The Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts were good.
Yeah, with caramel sauce on them.
Yeah. Yeah, they had baked beans, which were not your typical baked beans. They looked like lima beans. Right. They were kind of It's kind of iffy to me.
And it's not a huge place.
No.
By any stretch of the imagination. There is some indoor seating. There's some outdoor seating. And my guess is that's going to even expand a little bit. But the tip that you guys found out was that if you sit at the bar, you can order from the bartender and they'll bring you the food.
That's right.
You don't have to stand in the line to get your food and then fight somebody for a table.
Right. See, we know our friend Tony. Tony is a man of quality and fine refinement. He likes to be served. Not because he feels like he deserves it. Just because he likes to be served. When you go out to eat, you don't want to have to take care. I want to sit
and I want somebody to serve me food.
I don't want to do dishes. I don't know any of that crap. I just, So we were ordering appetizers, and Sarah got an appetizer of, what did she get? Sweet potato tots.
Ooh.
Oh my God. And then I got a thing of smoked wings, which were equally as amazing.
Wow.
And then I ordered them, and then they brought them. And then Sarah says, "Hey, if we order off the main menu, will you bring it?" And then Dana, who was probably the greatest waitress we've ever had, said, "Absolutely, we will." So it was really kind of a cool experience. We discovered that if we ordered from
if you sit at the bar,
but you have to sit at the bar, that works with the tables around the bar. But it might. You might be able to order from the bar.
I think those few tables in front of the outside area of the bar.
Yeah.
But I don't think the tables behind us were.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So Sean is one of the guys up there. Sean and I got to be friends. Dana was making friends with Sarah. It was a great experience overall. For it to be that busy and not to be something like mainstream, or not to be like a celebrity chef.
Yeah.
Very excited for the guys at Polite Pig.
Yeah. So, I think they'll do well.
Yeah.
There's only one place left.
What's that?
The Edison.
The Edison and then the Lost Boys thing underneath.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for the Edison.
That'd
be great.
And then I think it's all done.
I don't think so.
I think they could sit back on their laurels for at least a month or two.
A week or so, yeah. I don't think so.
Until they dream up more stuff.
Yeah, or some of the places that are not doing well go out.
Disney Quest will go out, and
Lanuba's
going to go out.
Yeah.
And then they'll figure out what to do.
Yeah, that's terrifying. If I was a House of Blues, I'd be nervous.
Yeah,
unless they had a really good, unless they know what's going on in that Lanuba.
Yeah,
but I would be nervous with the NBA experience across the street from me too. But that's just me.
Yeah, I'd put up a fence.
Because the NBA experience
fences make good neighbors.
Yeah, the NBA experience did not do great over at Universal, so we'll see how it fares.
It's not there.
Yeah. So that's good. You guys can go check it out. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And I guess there's nothing else for us to do but then to get into the news.
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
Have you ever come to Orlando and you're the person that has to make all the dining plans, all the fast passes, get all the tickets? Well, we have a service that can help you do this. This is the best service. They are themeparkconcierge.com. You can call them up at 407-257-9973. Tell them your plans. They'll send you a little profile, get some information about you and your traveling party, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And then they can set up a custom plan for you. And they'll take you around the parks. They'll make the dining plans. They'll get the fast passes. They'll take you to Walt Disney World. They'll take you to Universal. They'll take you to Busch Gardens, to SeaWorld, to Legoland, to all of those places. And they will do all of the work for you. Contact them at themeparkconcierge.com. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/Ramon VIP Concierge, or email them at ramon@themeparkconcierge.com. I am telling you, you will not be disappointed. And if you tell them the Disney Parks Podcast sent you, you'll get 10% off your order.
And I guarantee you that was right on time because we're sitting across from each other.
Right.
So Disney Park Imagineers and Lucasfilm are sharing details of their collaboration on the Star Wars themed land. If you didn't see the video, you're really missing out. it's a great video. It's very interesting to see how they're putting stuff together. They don't give away anything.
They never do.
Bastages. So the Disney Lucasfilm team shared some exciting details about the story behind the mysterious destination for Star Wars Land that's going to be somewhere in the Outer Rim, lying on the edge of the unknown regions. Now, the most remote village was once a busy crossroads along the old sub-lightspeed trade routes, but the prominence of the outpost has been bypassed with the rise of hyperspace travel. Now, home to those who prefer a little less attention, it's become a thriving port for smugglers, rogue traders, and adventurers traveling between the frontier and uncharted space. It's also a convenient safe haven for others intent on avoiding the expanded reach of the First Order. Unusual characters from across the galaxy have landed there, preferring to, quote-unquote, using Tony's air quotes, no questions asked, environment, as well as easy access to exotic supplies and an abundant supply of ready rogues looking to join a crew for their next adventure. As Disney Chairman and CEO Bob Iger announced last month, Star Wars themed lands are scheduled to open, wink wink nudge nudge, in 2019. There will be more exciting updates to share as work progresses on each of these lands. Make sure you keep listening to the show to find out more. As soon as we know, we'll definitely let you know. What do you think about this? I think this is an interesting story, but it doesn't tell you very much.
Yeah. And the other two things that I was reading was, one, it's not going to be a Star Wars planet we've seen in a movie, which I'm like, I want to go to some place I've seen. I've seen it in movies. I want to be there. Right. So that kind of gave me cause for concern. And the second thing is that we were reading is it's going to be an interactive experience. So the example they gave is what you do on the Millennium Falcon and where you take the Millennium Falcon in the attraction they're building will then change and alter how the characters in the Star Wars land will interact with you. Right. So depending on where you take it, some characters may be more friendly to you, as others may be not a little bit more friendly. Now,
absolutely.
We don't have any of that today. Now, they're also saying that they're basing this on something that Knott's Berry Farm had done out in California with this ghost town type attraction, right? Where the characters interacted with you based on different things that you did or didn't do. So it'll be interesting if they can pull that off. You know, where if you take the Millennium Falcon to one planet, and then these characters are friendly to you, and these characters are not friendly to you, I think that'll be great.
I think it'll be phenomenal. But I'm a very simple man. I just want my name to appear saying happy birthday when I ride.
Yeah, you're not going to give up that dream.
I am not. I'm not doing it.
Welcome to the Millennium Falcon, John Donahue.
Yeah, happy birthday, John. You know, or when I ride, you know, It's a Small World. I just want to say, Benvenidos, John. Happy birthday. Until they do that part.
Well, maybe when they do this, they'll come back and do that.
Until Stitch says, John, welcome to Walt Disney World. I'm not going to get too bent out of shape about it. Oh, this is... But if they're trying to do something on par with what's going on in Wizarding World of Harry Potter, with the interactive experiences with wands and stuff, I'm all for it. The technology exists. It's just whether or not Disney has the chutzpah and the money and the Imagineers to make it happen. Right. It's my opinion. I'd love to hear yours.
Yeah. And I didn't hear anything about a cantina yet.
No, there's supposed to be one, right?
Oh yeah, that's what we were here. That's what
we were told.
That's what we were told, and we've heard
changed.
It. But I haven't seen or heard that word murmured since they started this project yet.
If they see, that's the thing. Here's the problem. We were all thinking they were going to go to Mos Eisley.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no bueno. Or they were going to go to Maz's place from, Force Awakens. No. So I'm a little disappointed, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. See, that's why we should be visiting a place we all know, so we can feel immersed in. How can I feel immersed in an experience I've never been to?
Because it's Star Wars, man. I mean,
no, I don't buy it.
All right.
All right, moving on. I think we spoke about this. Rivers of Light is like going crazy. You know, they added a lot more shows for the summer.
Yep.
So you should be able to get a fast pass. If you book your ticket, you should be able to get one. But now they have some dinner packages, which could help you with that. If you don't get a fast pass, they can certainly help you by giving you a meal and then sending you to an exclusive area to see Rivers of Light. So, with so many exciting new offerings coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom Park this summer, like Pandora, and I've seen some pictures and it looks pretty interesting. The World of Avatar will open on May 27th, and if you haven't experienced Tiffin's yet, well, you should. Located on Discovery Island, just steps away from the entrance to the new land, Tiffin boasts a menu that will take you on a culinary expedition of international cuisine. Tiffin offers River of Light dining packages, and the best way to guarantee you've got a seat for Rivers of Light is when it comes to nighttime entertainment, there's nothing quite like a spectacular Rivers of Light nighttime show. With the talented live performance, mesmerizing music, and stunning water effects, the best way to make sure you've got a reserved seat is to get a fast pass. Now, is to have a Rivers of Light dining package at Tiffin's. When the Rivers of Light dining package, you can enjoy a fabulous 3-course meal, including your choice of appetizer, entree, dessert, and a non-alcoholic beverage. And the cost for the package is $67 for adults, $26 for kids aged 3 to 9, or 2 table service meal entitlements on the Disney plan. And for your reservations, you will need to call 407-WD-DINE or visit disneyworld.com/dining. Would you do this? Have you been to Tiffin's?
I have not been to either of these two things, Tiffin's nor...
Well, we're going to Tiffin's for lunch
right.
on our AP preview of Pandora.
Right, so that'll be good. So yeah. I'll check it out.
So,
would I do it for this? Heck yeah, I'd do it. Why not?
Yeah.
For a special occasion? Probably.
Yeah.
Just like dinner on a weekend.
Like a Fantasmic
Yeah,
package.
that's exactly what that is. Yeah, I would do this.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little high end, but I hear Tiffin's is really...
It's pretty good.
So why not? I mean...
They got some interesting things there. Yeah, I think. Well, there's 3 sections to the Rivers of Light Stadium. And I think this is the left hand or the right hand side. I don't think it's the center.
You don't get the center spot.
Yeah, I think the center is for the fast pass. I think.
Well, if I'm paying for it, shouldn't I get the center spot?
But it's the same thing in Fantasmic. In Fantasmic, you sit all the way. Well,
right.
if you look at the stage, you sit all the way to the right.
Yeah,
in the front.
Disney makes you pay the price for paying the price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah, I would probably.
And when I did it for Fantasmic, the problem was the wind was blowing towards us, so we were soaking wet.
Yeah. Last time I went to Fantasmic, the wind was blowing, and we were so high up, we weren't getting wet, but we were getting all the
mist.
We were getting all the smoke from the fireworks. We were getting a contact high. Like, I love the smell of gunpowder in the evening. Smells like Disney. You know, so we were getting pretty messed up.
No, officer, I was not playing with pyrotechnics tonight.
It looked like Goldberg coming out of his. You don't watch pro wrestling. There's a guy. Part of his entrance. I know who Goldberg is, but I don't watch it. He comes out and they have these the sparks pyro, and they shoot it like this, and he walks in the middle, and so all the sparks are hitting off his. So one of the last things he does is he takes a big inhale of it. So when he walks out, he's like throws a punch, and kicks, and then he blows out this thing in smoke. So he's like a fire-breathing dragon of death. So,
nice.
No, Your Honor, I wasn't drinking. You know.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Happily Ever After, the new Wishes replacement, for those of you who are purists, is going to feature some of the most animated projection mapping technology to date. This video, you have to see.
I know, I've seen it.
It's amazing. So, the new nighttime fireworks spectacular.
I've seen the new mapping.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but did you see this video where they were actually drawing it out? Oh, it was kind of cool. Yeah. It's kind of fascinating. And I love how, I should probably get the story, but I love how when they're testing it, they have it shooting on a little castle, and they're standing under it and, watching it. And I'm like, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool. I want to work in that place. So Happily Ever After, the new nighttime fireworks spectacular, is set to debut at the Magic Kingdom Park on May 12th. The show will take guests on an emotional journey as their favorite Disney characters set out to pursue their dreams, encounter obstacles, to ultimately prevail and find their, say with me now, quote-unquote, Happily ever afters. The show also encourages guests to pursue their own dreams and to never give up. While the, and I'm using Tony's air quotes here, story of the show is the most important part of Happily Ever After, how that story is told and choosing the right tools to tell it are essential in creating an unforgettable guest offering. Now, one tool in particular that Disney Parks Live Entertainment is excited to employ in Happily Ever After is the latest in projection mapping technology. Now, the team first used the projection mapping in 2010 with the launch of The Magic, the Memories, and You, a nighttime show that combined guest-submitted photos with different colorful layouts that were projected onto Cinderella Castle. After more advancements were made in the field of projection mapping, a new show, Celebrate the Magic, debuted in 2012. Now, because of its successful use of the Walt Disney World Resort, the use of projection mapping technology then expanded to be used as an entertainment tool at Disney parks around the world. Today, you can find projections enhancing entertainment must-see shows like Star Wars: The Galactic Spectacular, the seasonal Jingle Bell Jingle Bam, and the Tree of Life show. According to the show director, James Silson, projections are one of the many invaluable storytelling tools used in Happily Ever After, in addition to new hand-drawn animation and an original score, and the latest in fireworks, lasers, and pyrotechnics. While projection mapping technology, you can create an immersive environment for guests, taking them inside the films of Disney. It enables Disney to flood the palette and give guests an opportunity to experience many of the characters' worlds in the same show. Now, those characters and film settings will run the gamut from classic Disney films to more recent ones like Moana, Zootopia, and Big Hero 6. To create the most technologically advanced projections in Cinderella Castle, the Disney Parks Live Entertainment group partnered with experts in the field to bring the show to life. According to art director Ryan Kravitz, working with Cinderella Castle as a canvas for these projections has been a dream come true project. It's not paper, it's not a cell. The physical structure of the castle is our starting point, which is a really powerful medium to be using.
Yeah.
At least they're treating it with respect. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. It should be killer. I think I've seen bits of this when they were doing the DVC.
Yeah, the test.
Yeah, Moonlight Madness. I believe that was a good solid test night for them.
Yeah, I heard.
They said, well, fill it with DVC people. And we'll, run the show. And then I was there a couple weeks later. And, we had spoken about how it was going to be more 3D. And it is way more 3D than the previous two projection shows.
Wow.
I was like, wow. I was really stunned. So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do with the Happily Ever After, because the 3D stuff that they're throwing on there now is really spectacular.
Well, we talked about the stuff that they're doing at the Tree of Life.
Yeah.
And it's jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
So, and that was last year.
Yeah.
So they've already come another full year, and they've added more projectors.
Yeah,
they've updated all the projectors. So this show is going to be knock your socks off amazing. Yeah. I have great faith in it. I'm sad to see Wishes go, but I'm glad they're bringing something equally as amazing in its place.
Yeah. And, Big Hero 6, I don't want to go off on a crazy tangent, but Disney is using this a lot more in different ways. I mean, they filed a whole patent for a new Big Hero costume, a whole new patent, which I thought was crazy. He's in the show. He's in some other things. There's meet and greets. So
it's a new TV series.
New TV series. So apparently the movie was a hit.
I think they're gunning for that group of people. It's a Marvel property.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got crossover appeal.
Yeah.
It's a former comic book anime.
Right.
Plus, with Disney's deep investment in the Asian market, I think that just makes perfect sense because it's really.
I mean, I like the movie.
It's a great movie, and the TV show is probably going to be equally as great. Most of the voice cast is coming back to do the show.
Yeah,
so,
right.
I don't see why it wouldn't be great. And then, having this be a part of the Castle show will really cement this as a Disney bona fide classic movie, and it should be. It's a great movie. It's a great story. I love Hero, obviously, I love all of his kooky friends. But Baymax is just...
Yeah.
Show me where it hurts.
Yeah.
What is your level of discomfort?
Right. All right, so back to projection show. So, John, where is the one place here in Florida that they don't have any kind of projection mapping?
That would be Spaceship Earth, Tony.
That's right. And why do we think they're not doing anything on that giant golf ball sitting in the... Now, they have done it.
Yeah.
With the Mike...
Twice.
Mike Wazowski.
They did it with Mike Wazowski, and they made it the Death Star.
And they made it the Death Star. So, twice now. They've shown us that they can map onto that geosphere. But yet, we got nothing.
I think there's two...
I'm hoping that somewhere soon they're going to rip out Illuminations and do some kind of show.
That would be great. They do have a little bit of a problem with that, much like they had with doing this at Hollywood Studios, and they built towers because there's really nowhere to put, because you have to have the projection in at least 3 or 4 locations.
There's 16 at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, okay, 16. Easily 2 or 4 or however many could be on the sides on top of, interventions, east and west. Mm-hmm. The problem is the center projection. They'd have to build something there. Mm-hmm. So I think that might be a little cost prohibitive at this time. Plus, I don't think they want to do anything to interfere with.
Well, maybe when they do the construction of the 2 interventions, west and east, maybe they'll build some pop-up towers or something.
Maybe.
Something.
I'm wondering because I've heard rumors that they're taking out the big what do they call the memory stones?
The tombstones.
The tombstones. If they took those out,
yes,
and
please.
then moved that front, where they have all the topiaries every year.
Back in the day, you may not even remember, it was a huge plaza,
right, with just a fountain.
Yeah, it was beautiful,
right.
But then they cluttered it up with tombstones.
If they took all of that stuff out and just left the fountain, could you imagine what they could do? Because
that's the
perfect spot.
Yes.
But they wouldn't be able to put a crap ton of people there.
On both sides.
I understand.
They fill both sides.
Yeah.
That's why they got rid of all the stuff in the Magic Kingdom and made it all grass.
Right.
Put a crap ton of people.
Right. Understood. Good point.
All right. Disney, can you get on that for us, please?
Yeah, do something about that. Handle it, Roy. Handle it.
If you need help, call me.
Right.
I can drive some projector stakes in the ground for you. Get the show going.
Put some project balloons up. Sightline balloons.
Yeah, whatever it's gonna take.
Whatever.
Hey, if you like this show, you can help us by going to patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast, where you can help contribute. We have some great swag and things to give you. And you get an exclusive ad-free show. You get exclusive video content.
Whether it's good or not is all another point.
So we got some really great new offers out there. And if you want something that we are not offering, hey, shoot us an email at DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com and maybe we can work out something for you, too.
Right.
And if you don't want to do a monthly, you can do a one-time contribution as well.
That's right. The reason I'm laughing so funny is because... we record this on Monday nights. If you're a Patreon, you saw the show, like the first 10 minutes was just literally us sitting here
playing with our mics.
I think this works. Does this work? Are we getting sound?
Yeah.
So that's why it's so funny.
Yeah.
Who are our Patreons?
Yeah, so we want to thank our current Patreons, David, Willie, Jeremy, Katie, Eva, Grant, and Ernie. We thank you all for your contributions.
Si me gusta.
All right, next up.
We're going to go controversial right now, buddy. Let's do it.
Walt Disney hasn't made an official announcement, but...
this is pure rumor at this point.
Pure rumor at this point. That we, Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, will be getting not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Club 33s. 1 in each park.
Woohoo!
If you want really more ad nauseum details about this... Go listen to our show on Friday,
right,
where we'll talk about it in way, way much more details.
Mm-hmm.
But just to help you out, if you are interested in joining, send an email to WDW Club 33 at DisneyWorld.com. I did.
So they have an email address.
They have an email
address. Did they
respond? They did, It was a canned response. Thank you for your interest. We will send you more information as soon as we know.
So they're running your credit report.
Sure. The membership is really not site-specific now. We're thinking, obviously, one in each park, since they said 4. And then we're going to supposedly get more details in the fall of 2017. I have a feeling they're going to announce something at the expo. That would be the perfect place to do this.
Right.
Make some kind of grand announcement.
And if you're sitting in seat 74,
you won a lifetime!
You want a meal.
You want a Happy Meal now.
You want a meal. Good luck getting in, kid.
No, I think that they would do it at the park's announcement. If I was a betting man, that's where listen. If I was Disney, that's where I would do it. Do it in a place where you have 75,000 Disney fans.
Right. Right.
In a captured audience.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, they may not be the people that's going to shell out the money, but
they might be.
They might be, and if not, they're going to help spread the word like wildfire.
That's right. All those bloggers and internet people are going to be tweeting it and posting it and Facebooking it and Snapchatting it and Instagramming it and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it'd be the thing you won't be able to get away from on Facebook. I can't get away from it on Facebook. Right. Everybody's posting something.
I'm with you. Yeah. All right, so Disney's Yacht Club Resort, Fittings and Fairings, which is a gift shop, is going to be closed for refurbishment. In fact, tonight's the night. Tonight is the last night as we record this. So as you listen to it, is closed. Currently, it's unknown when the gift shop will reopen. Snacks and sodas and resort merchandise will temporarily be available in the hotel lobby near the Ale and Compass Lounge. The temporary store in the lobby will have operating hours of 6 a.m. to midnight. Wow, how'd you like that shift? The construction may be related to Disney's Yacht Club Resort adding a to-go cafe that will serve simple snacks, fruits, candy, beverages in lieu of traditional cafeteria quick service location that Disney's Yacht Club has always lacked. I couldn't even tell you where Fittings and Fairings was.
It's all the way to the right. When you walk in the lobby.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I guess I've been there.
Yeah. It's a great store. It's a
yeah. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it was great.
Yeah. I went to visit the New Wilderness Lodge DVC things, and I complained to the lady there. I said, listen, I appreciate all the great stuff you're doing, but there's no grand villas at the Yacht and Beach at the Beach Club.
Right.
And I can't have my annual party until you build one at the Beach Club.
Right.
I said, I can't fit everybody into my room.
Right.
She's like, what? I said, well, every year I rent the Grand Villa and I have a party. And I can't do that because you don't have one at the Beach Club. She says, yeah, we really have to fix that. I said, yes, you really have to fix that.
Good. Yeah, we'll get to that right after we fix the Yeti in the Journey to the Forbidden Mountain.
Because I would love to go to that pool. I still have not officially.
Me neither.
Yeah, see, so.
Me neither.
We're going to fix it. We're going to have to.
You know what's funny is Sid and I were walking around one time and we bumped into our buddy Lou. And we walked in. We just walked in, walked up, sat down and hung out. Had we known then, we would have jumped in the pool.
Sure, I would have.
It was way before they were patrolling. But that would be cool. I'm looking forward to the next party that we have at the one over at Coronado. When they finally build it.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been there recently?
No. I know there's a lot of construction fence and stuff.
It's like fence mania over there.
But next year it'll be the Grand Villa at Wilderness Lodge. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, cool.
Because that was another place that had no Grand Villas until now.
Right.
Not the cabins, but a Grand Villa.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, hey, last week, John, we had a trivia question, and it was, what family crest is located just above the entrance to Sleeping Beauty's castle at Disneyland? The question and answer was?
Johnny Quest.
Very close.
Dang it.
It's the actual Disney family crest.
Yep.
That's posted right up there.
Yep.
Karen is the winner, and she even sent us a picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm going to show you. Yeah. I'm going to prove it.
And she's from New Jersey. She's a Jersey girl. Jersey.
Oh, God.
She's a Jersey girl. All right. Karen, it's in the mail. That's all I'm going to say. All right. This week's question. Maybe not difficult, but I expect we're going to get some different answers. Because I'm sure if you Google this, you're going to find different answers all over the place. My answer comes from the Trivia Pursuit game.
Oh, jeez.
So if you have the game, go find it. Good luck. It's like 100 bazillion questions.
Is it like the generic Trivial Pursuit or like the Disney?
No, it's a Disney Trivia Pursuit question.
All right.
All right. What, according to the Trivia Pursuit game, what is the cost? What did it cost to build Disneyland in 1955? Well, it actually happened before 1955, but what do you think the cost? How much did Disneyland cost?
$1 million. No?
No.
Dang it.
You'll have to go up a couple digits.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money for 1955 money.
Dude, it's a lot of money for now money. Who are you kidding?
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
So if you know the answer to that question, you can call us at 407-413-9010 or email us at disneyparkspodcast@gmail.com. All right. Disney was once again on a permit filing spree this week. They filed many permits. According to the Orlando Business Journal, Disney recently filed a slew of permits for high-profile projects. The permits filed with the Orange County were related to Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, and Disney's Hollywood Studios. The 2017 Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, believe it or not, John, is right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
August 31st. Soon we're going to say June 31st.
Then it'll just be Christmas and then Food and Wine Festival.
Flower Garden ended. We're starting the Food and Wine Festival. All right, Disney's already filed permits related to this year's event. The permits are for providing labor, materials, and electrical supplies for the construction of the global market kiosks. This year, there will be a reported 30 kiosks.
Yeah, they've had more.
Including Scotland, New Zealand, Ireland, Belgium, and the Caribbean, Patagonia, Brazil, and 2 other kiosks called Chocolate and Sustainable Chew.
Yay.
All repeat offenders.
Yeah.
Plenty of work is going on over at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort while it constructs the Centertown Marketplace, which will be the new waterfront dining and shopping area coming to this resort. The permits titled CB Area Development is most likely related to that update. The permit, I love the way Disney's got to code things on these so that people can't figure it out. I'm sure somebody in Disney's permit department is going, how do I write this so nobody will figure it out?
Yeah, they always do.
Right. The permit related to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort lacks a clear information, but it does signal that progress is being made on this resort's sustainable project. Lastly, permits were filed under the Project D, using my air quotes, were filed. Although no information could be taken from the permit, it's presumed that Project D is the name of the Star Wars Land expansion coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. What does D stand for? Destination? Dummies?
Project Disney.
No, they wouldn't name it that.
Sure they would.
I don't.
Well,
the only thing I'm interested, I'd love to see, I haven't seen anything really for the Caribbean Beach. What the look is, the layout, where things are going to be.
I drove over there the other day and I didn't see any construction. So I just must not have been looking for it.
Yeah.
I was glued to my Uber.
It would be probably in the back.
Yeah.
Where the food and the restaurant things are.
Yeah, I was glued to my Uber.
Yeah.
Well, it's it's great that they're doing some stuff. I would love to see a little bit more information about the permits.
Yeah.
I am not excited about the Food and Wine Festival stuff because there's nothing new there. This is probably just hey, we want to run. It's about projects, permits for power, electric, hiring people, and some construction stuff. So this is not a real thrilling. It's kind of a slow news week.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow news.
Yeah. I
was also reading, too, that Disney's hiring 1,000 people this spring alone.
Wow.
That's not the summer rush. That's just for the spring. So
Right.
that's a boatload of people as well.
Well, speaking of Uber, the Walt Disney World Resort has begun hiring drivers for what appears to be a new Uber-like service that could be launching soon. The new service would provide door-to-door transportation between the theme parks and the resorts. The service may be using electric vehicles featuring advanced technology. Cast members that apply as drivers should be at least 1 year of experience driving or as a cast member, and be able to answer any questions guests might have about their vacation. There's no word yet on when the service would begin testing. Now, this bodes not great for Uber, but at the same time, they're not providing transportation off property.
Right.
And a majority of the Uber rides...
Or even from point to point.
Yeah, from point to point on property. They're saying door to door, but it's door-to-door, park to resort, or park to park, or resort to resort.
Well, they don't offer anything resort to resort. But what they're saying, I think what they're trying to imply in this is they will pick you up at your resort and take you wherever the hell you want to go, whether it's a park or another resort. And on
Disney property.
Yes, and my guess is it will not be free.
Of course not.
They're going to charge you something for it. And I don't know if they're going to charge you an Uber-like fare, or if they're just going to flat rate it and say, listen, we'll take you anywhere you want. It's $25.
Right. And that will be no bueno, because
Because you can get in an Uber for half of that.
Right. Unless they totally ban Uber from Disney.
I don't think they can do it. I don't think they will do it.
Well, Uber provides a great service for them.
Yep.
Uber provides a great service for them, except in the shuttle service from moving from Universal Orlando to Disney or vice versa. That's the only where they really kind of get shafted on that. And the only other problem is it's hurting their partner in Mirror's transportation. You know,
that's a crappy partner to have.
Well, I don't disagree, but the problem is Mirrors has this city locked up. You know, so as an Uber driver, which we both are,
yeah.
You know, I had somebody get into the car the other day and say that their cast member was actively telling people not to use Uber.
And I picked up somebody from Fort Wilderness, and the cast member was actively telling people to go get the Uber app.
Crazy. That's crazy.
And that's how I got the ride. The woman said, "Oh, really?"
Yeah.
Yeah. The woman at the desk downloaded it for her.
Yeah.
She punched in her credit card and off and away I went.
That's crazy.
So
good for her.
Yeah, I really don't think they can ban Uber from property. I would hate to see it happen.
I would too. You know? I would seriously hate to see that happen.
Yeah. I mean, I pick up people all the time, resort to resort, resort to water park to...
I picked up people going from water park to Burger King.
Yeah, sure.
Because, you know, if they're coming here, and the big thing is come to Walt Disney World because you can take Disney transportation from the airport all around the parks and get everything you want. If you're okay with eating Disney food all the time and paying Disney food price.
Right.
So now Uber allows guests to go somewhere else.
Pop somewhere else and eat something and come on back.
Right.
And it's not going to cost them
a leg, and a small farm animal.
Yeah. All right, some more D23 Expo news that's coming out. Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit, will have his own themed fan lounge this year at the D23 2017 Expo.
Crazy.
It's probably been a long time coming.
I love it.
Yeah. As many Disney fan knows, before Mickey Mouse, there was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Walt Disney created the character with his partner, iWorks, for Universal Pictures in 1927.
Crazy.
And the Disney company reclaimed the right, thank you, Uncle Bob Iger, to Oswald in 2006. This year, it's the Lucky Rabbit's 90th birthday. And the D23 Expo is celebrating by giving Oswald his own fan lounge at the center of the convention. The D23 Fan Lounge, open to all guests
willing to stand in line.
Yes. At the D23 Expo, will be decked out entirely in Oswald-themed decor. which will be sold at Ethan Allen later this year.
Probably true.
Fans will have access with photo opportunities of our little friend, Mr. Oswald.
Yay!
Charging stations and unique information
About D23
Fan Club.
Ka-cha-ching. You can sign up today.
Yeah, fill out this form and give us $79.
That's right.
We can sign you up right now.
That's right.
Also available will be the private D23 Charter member lounge. That's where I go and hide.
Right.
Because there's nobody in there. Which is only open to guests who joined D23 in 2009.
Yep, looking right at it, buddy.
Right there, baby. I got all the magazines to prove it. Gold membership status.
People, guess who
Maintain their gold membership status. All right, the other gold member benefits include priority seating for presentations in Hall D23 and the D23 Expo Arena. Now, remember last year they didn't use the arena.
Right.
They set it up on the convention floor, and it was all flat seating. Well, I think that pissed everybody off because if you're sitting in the back, you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
So now they're going back to the arena again.
Yay! Good call, Disney.
Yeah. So apparently, Hall 23 was also the bigger place where they had some of the bigger panels.
Mm-hmm.
So Hall 23 and the arena, you'll get priority seating if you keep your gold member status.
There you go. Well, if you didn't do it in 2009.
Yeah. Also, you'll get a complimentary Expo exclusive print and special offers from select Disney partners. The D23 Expo will be held this year, July 14th through the 16th at the Anaheim Convention Center across the street from the Disneyland Resort in Southern California. Be sure to visit the event's official webpage for more information and ticketing resources. And I believe it's D23.com.
It might be D23
/Expo.
Yeah, D23.com/Expo.
Yeah. There's a lot of information rolling out there. And I have access to the media stuff, so we'll be able to bring you all their announcements as they happen.
Same here.
Yep. All right. You want to talk about some headline news?
Yeah. Let me take some headlines off.
Yeah.
Okay, so something I'm actually very excited about. Jim Shore is going to be featuring his Figment statue at a signing event that's going to be May 12th and 13th, somewhere around Walt Disney World, probably at the Arts of
I think
Disney.
it's going to be at Mouse Gear.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mouse Gear
Excellent.
this year.
Go get a copy of the Figment statue, which I love,
Right.
and meet Jim Shore. This is one that's very interesting. We're probably we should probably do a show about this like next week.
Sure.
Apple is, the rumor's been that Apple is thinking about buying Disney.
Right.
Now, Wall Street analysts are saying that rumor is actually gaining momentum.
Yeah.
How would you feel? I mean, I know hang on. Separate your Apple passion crazy for now Disney is going to be owned by another company.
It's a little scary. And the reason this is all getting momentum is Disney's stock shot up a couple bucks last week.
Yeah.
In anticipation of this possibly going down. People are now interested in buying Disney because they'll actually be Apple stock owners.
Right.
And maybe you could see a split.
Yeah.
So people are getting interested. Now, how do I feel? I think the way Apple would treat it is it would be its own separate. Apple likes to buy something and then make it its own. But they didn't do that with Beats headphones. They let Beats do their thing because I think they figured out we don't have to make it our own. They're doing their own thing and they're doing it successfully. Mm-hmm. Let's just, help them with their processes and, get things going for them and then integrate them into the Apple world. And I think with the Disney thing, I think they would take that stance too. I don't think they would try to make it their own. They say, listen, you guys do this really well, but we want your content.
Right.
So we could put it on iTunes and all our other platforms and sell the snot out of it.
Right. I think this also possibly explains why Iger's still hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
That and he doesn't have a successor. The board's knocked down the last two successors.
Would he still need a successor?
Yes, he needs a successor in order to leave.
Right.
Otherwise, who the hell is going to be running the company?
Well, if Apple owns it,
What, you can bring back Eisner?
good God, no. All right. Interesting thought. So Disney's live-action Beauty and the Beast has passed $1 billion at the box office. I told you.
No surprise there.
I watched that movie. I said that movie's going to make a crap ton of money.
Yeah.
And I was right.
Yeah. What's it been out? Like a month and a half?
If that.
Yeah. Month and a half, and it's done $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Yeah.
How much did that movie cost to be made? $125 million?
Probably a couple $100 million.
Yeah.
More than $2 million.
$1 billion.
Yeah. It's like, what?
The Ample Hills Creamery will have temporary extended hours to through from now. Have extended hours from April 14th through May 14th, and that will be from noon to 11 p.m. daily.
Spring break week.
Yeah, it's more than that. Yeah. Disneyland Resort is going to begin testing Wi-Fi in the parks.
Welcome to 2017, Disneyland.
They don't have Wi-Fi in their parks?
Welcome to 2017, Disneyland.
Wow. Even Walt Disney World has.
Please turn on your phone and connect to our Wi-Fi.
Jeez.
There's no Wi. Listen. That place was built in 1955. I don't know why. I mean, you have to be able to get some kind of Wi-Fi because it's sitting in the middle of the city.
Right.
It's got to be covered by some other Wi-Fi things.
Yeah, but if they had, like we have here.
Yeah, we have our own Wi-Fi, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
This is interesting. The Maharaja Jungle Trek Tiger exhibit is closed for refurbishment. They have to refurb the tigers.
The walking path? They got to get the tiger poop off it?
They got to take the tigers.
Joe wants a place to stay for the weekend?
Gut them, hose them out, put them back together, make sure the animatronics work.
I don't know.
That's right. And then the final piece of news that I think is most interesting, Labyrinth, one of my favorite movies from when I was a kid.
70s, 80s?
80s.
Yeah.
For several reasons. One, it was a great story. B, I was a huge Jim Henson head. And who didn't love Jennifer Connelly? I mean, seriously. She was so cute. Anyway, Labyrinth spin-off movie has found its director and writer, and their plan is to bring Jim Henson's universe back to life. The worst thing about that is unfortunately, David Bowie is not able to star in that. That would be the coolest thing
Jennifer
ever.
Connelly's pretty old.
Yeah, but who cares? Bowie could still,
Yeah.
He'd have to find different pants, though. Those tights that he wore for that movie were horrendous.
Not Henson or Disney approved.
Well, they were, but it was a different time then.
Yeah. That would be interesting. Like I said, and I've said this now a couple times, they're not making new things. They're going back to old things and remaking them and putting them back out again.
Well, that movie specifically was way past what the technology allowed for.
Oh, sure.
And you could see it when you watch it.
Yeah.
Now the technology exists where they could do some really amazing things.
Yeah.
That technology was so bad, the CG was horrible.
Even the Muppet technology is better now.
Yeah. Their technology was such that nowadays, if you wanted to do that whole ball thing, they would just put it in CGI.
Yeah.
They actually had a magician had his hands through Bowie's, wrapped around Bowie, and he was doing those tricks blind.
Right.
Bowie was standing in front of him, and he had his hands up, and he was doing
Yeah.
It's just amazing when you stop and think about it.
Yeah. Well, if they remake it, it should be interesting. It's almost like if they were to go back now and make like Captain EO again. What would that be like?
That would be weird. Like CGI Michael Jackson.
All right, kids. That is it for this week's show. Hey, if we triggered something that you want to talk about, send us an email at Disney Parks Podcast or give us a call at 407-413-9010. And you can find us on the Facebook at facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. You can find us on the Twitter at Disney Podcaster. Right? Disney Podcast? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know where else you can find us. You can find us on our website. Hey, we have a website.
Crazy, right?
I've heard this. I heard we have a website. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's at DisneyParksPodcast.com. And there you can find our shows, our blog, and links to all of our sponsors and friends and all that kind of stuff. And as we like to say around here, We'll see you in the parks.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.
Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. One you wish upon a star, your dream